why don't we find out how to make some Tom Kha Soup? And I want everybody to know how to do it. I've made it for a lot of people, and they really seem to enjoy it. It's a coconut broth soup. It's from Thailand. I've had it at some Thai restaurants in the region, throughout the world. And I think the way I do it is the best. I call it Tom Kha Soup.
Good.
You gotta first start out by putting on your favorite cooking tunes. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So there's a lot of ingredients that you can use to make the Tom Kha Soup. My favorites are here on the counter, and I'm gonna run you through them quick before we get started, okay? A little bit of kale, we got some cabbage, we got some lemongrass, carrots, onions, ginger, zucchini, broccoli, we got some sweet potato, we got some garlic, olive oil, vegetable broth, lime juice, coconut milk, we got some sriracha, cilantro, and rice. All of these are gonna make a really, really good Tom Kha Soup. You can expand on all of these ingredients if you want. I've seen it with tomatoes. I've seen it with peas. You know, once you get the broth down, it's really up to you to figure out what you want to put in the ingredients. This is gonna be a vegan Tom Kha Soup. The first step. We're taking lemongrass. This is pretty important. Many people don't use lemongrass. The only place I really use it is in this recipe. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut it in sections about yay big, and these are gonna stay in the soup the whole time. And people are gonna have to pick them out, and they're gonna be confused because it's not a really common spice, herb in cuisine. You can't really chew it. You know, you gotta put it on the side. It's really nice to have a plate on the side for your lemongrass. But it's an essential flavor. You don't want to mess this one up. You really need the lemongrass. Cutting off the nubs and just bringing it down into these little shapes. I don't know the best way to describe them, but you want kind of like a shape. The knife goes down the middle and you peel out the smaller sections, and it's a really essential ingredient. This is a lot. I might be using too much, but I ain't, you know, it's gonna be great. It's gonna work out. This part is where you smash the lemongrass. You kind of have to beat it up to really get the flavor to come out. So you get your rolling pin. Some people use a hammer, meat cleaver. I found the rolling pin to be pretty effective. So you just take it on all your cut lemongrass and go for it. You know, give it a roll.
Roll it out. I start to smell it. I smell it from here. Mix it up.
I'm gonna turn the oven on to about lowish medium. I'm adding some olive oil because it's good for cooking lemongrass, but add whatever kind of oil you feel like isn't gonna let the lemongrass burn to the bottom of the pan. This is the ginger, essential ingredient. Ginger, along with the lemongrass and the olive oil. This is how I do it. The best way to turn a sweet potato into a red potato is a knife tactic that I like to call ham tooth jabroni tone. Don't cut your finger while using the ham tooth jabroni tone. Get it right in there, let it go. I like to do the firmest of the ingredients together. Carrots, sweet potatoes, broccoli. Carrots. I like to use a little bit of an angular cut. Sometimes my friends get afraid that I'm going to cut my hand. That's not what we're trying to do here. It kind of looks better, I think, to have an angular cut. I don't peel my carrots. Don't cut your hands. Eat a carrot if you please. Once you're done cutting them, cooking it on about a 4 right now. Next is the onions. Don't cry when you're cutting onions. Don't cry when you're cutting onions. It's easy. Just do it quickly. If you're crying when you're cutting onions, you're cutting them too small. That's pretty much my, I just cut them big. Ain't got time to cut. Small onions. Just cut the onion, cut it quick, get it over with, and then get it in the soup. If you're crying while you're cutting onions, you're taking too much time. It's really great to have some snacks in between while you're cooking, so, we'll put some cake in the oven. Put some cake in the oven. And we're gonna give it about 20 minutes at about 450.
Doesn't need eggs?
No eggs. It's gonna be in there at 450 for like 28 to 100 minutes. Looks like our snacks are ready. After about 126 minutes in the oven at a 450 degrees.
Snack.
We got some snacks. Snacks. I don't do this much. I do it every now and then. Looking good. Once you can smell the lemongrass and the ginger and all the other hard ingredients warming up in the pot, the next step is to use the veggie broth. We're gonna dump the veggie broth in and we're gonna start the broth process, okay? So we've got our veggie broth open. Sometimes I like to turn it up right now, from a 4 to about a 7. This is a really great part of the ingredients. A lot of soups that you might be familiar with will have veggie broth in them. Coconut milk? I don't know. So here we go. You just want to get it out of there. And get it in the soup. This is the cabbage part. Get it in there. So a lot of people cut off the broccoli stems. They work. We're gonna use them. Get them in there. The zucchini's part of the Tom Kha. I'm gonna wang it in there. So this is the kale. Wang your kale in. Rumor has it that everything stirs counterclockwise in the southern hemisphere. We're in the northern hemisphere right now, and I'm stirring counterclockwise and clockwise. So I don't know. The stirring mythology is out of line. This is the sous chef. His name is Mowgli. He's from Mogadishu. That's in Africa. Mowgli. After you've added all your main vegetable ingredients, we're gonna start working on the broth. There's 5 ingredients that are main players, and it's a delicate dance between vegetable broth, coconut milk, sriracha, garlic powder, and lime juice. Once it's all stirred together in the pot, I like to take a little bit of sriracha and give it a squirt. I like to take a little bit of garlic powder give it a dump. And a generous squeeze of the lime juice. We're gonna go into motion clockwise to counterclockwise and then give it a few tastes. And we're gonna land on the perfect taste. The perfect taste for your broth will be known in time. I think I nailed it. I'm pretty sure all we do now is just let it cook until you feel like all the ingredients are soft enough to eat. Let the soup cook for 45 to 275 minutes. Then you get down to your rice. Pre-cooked. Y'all know how to cook rice. Get it in the bowl. Put the soup finished on top of the rice. Make sure you get a little broth. Just broth. On top of there. Some ka. That's what we're doing here. Ka. Pita.
It's on ka.
Oh, that's great.
Hanging a fence.
Knock yourself off a bit of cilantro. Right in there with the scissors. Right in there. Chop it up. Fine ground. Fine ground. In there with the scissors. This is my favorite soup.
You did.
It's called the Tom Kha. It's too hot to eat right now for me. I really hope that y'all have enjoyed this recipe. You can take it home and get to feeling good. I'm really into it.